Matthew 23. Then spake Jesus to the multitude and to his disciples, saying, The scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. All therefore whatsoever they bid you observe, that observe and do. But do not ye after their works, for they say and do not. For they bind heavy burdens, and grievous to be borne, and lay them on men's shoulders. But they themselves will not move them with one of their fingers. But all their works they do for to be seen of men. They make broad their phylacteries, and enlarge the borders of their garments, and love the uppermost rooms at feasts, and the chief seats in the synagogues, and greetings in the markets, and to be called of men, Rabbi, Rabbi. But be not ye called Rabbi, for one is your master, even Christ, and all ye are brethren. And call no man your father upon the earth, for one is your Father which is in heaven. Neither be ye called masters, for one is your master, even Christ. But he that is greatest among you shall be your servant. And whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased, and he that shall humble himself shall be exalted. But woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye shut up the kingdom of heaven against men. For ye neither go in yourselves, neither suffer ye them that are entering to go in. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye devour widows' houses, and for a pretense make long prayer. Therefore ye shall receive the greater damnation. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye compass sea and land to make one proselyte. And when he is made, ye make him twofold more the child of hell than yourselves.
Hey, Shalom. All praises to Yahawashi, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles. What we learned is truth. And peace to you, sincere brothers, the true house of David. And just going into Matthew 23, concerning the parables of Yahawashi in these last days, which the parables and the spirit which the Lord actually explained, going into how to actually move and to have sight. Because if you have Yahawashi, then you don't need to worry about these things that's coming. If you have the Lord and the Spirit is with you, like the Spirit was with the prophets and the men of the Lord, just like in these times. Because the Lord said if he was going to avenge his elect that cry out day and night. So the man that's crying out day and night, the Lord said he's going to avenge his elect, his friends, the ones that's walking in the way of Yahawashi. So in these last days, the most important things is really understanding Yahawashi, understanding his parables and the way he walked. Therefore, you're paving the way for the Lord. A lot of men, they're not paving the way for the Lord. They're paving the way for themselves so they could keep a fucking image. And, you know, the thing about it, this truth is to cut down the wicked. And then the scriptures say that this book is written of Yahawashi. So if you really examine it, guys are taking this truth and they're using it to be like a motherfucking Channel 5 newscaster, where they bring out all this fucking info. And the thing about it is, you can know all that fucking info and still be destroyed if you don't have the Lord. See, that's where we're at in these last times. When you go to the parables of Matthew 20, 21, 22, 23, Matthew 24, Matthew 25, they're all playing out right now. They're all playing out right now. This is the time of those parables right now. Just like Matthew 23. We're in the time of Matthew 23, as well as Matthew 24, as well as Matthew 25. We're all in these times. And you have a lot of men out there that get the attention. They was set up to get the many subscribers and the many people and many attention. Just like the demons, there are many. You see? So the thing what you got to understand about this truth is, where there is many, there is less of the Lord. And the Lord only deals with a few. That's why the men that have the many, they don't teach much about Yahawashi. Now just look at that. And the thing about it is, the book was written of Yahawashi. So if you walked in the ways of Yahawashi, if you understood that the Lord brought parables out to actually keep you in the spirit so you can discern who's the fakes and who's the phonies, or who's in the spirit of the Lord and who's not. Which in these times, guys are not even in the spirit of Yahawashi. The only thing they can do is tell you that if you're of this particular camp, then you're a man of the Lord. They can't discern who's a man of the Lord and who's not. So that's where we're at. Yahawashi actually taught discernment of every individual around you, so he could be able to see everybody. But in these days and age, these men, they warn you like the 5 o'clock and the 7 o'clock news. And the thing about it is the information and the mysteries and knowing all these things, that's not going to save you. You better know Yahawashi. You see? And the Lord told you right here in Matthew 23 that a lot of these false prophets in this time, because in Matthew 24 it tells you that it's going to be many deceivers and false prophets. Now you have Esau, which we was going over, the Herodians, when you go back to the first Maccabees, men was selling their soul out to teach was selling their soul out to the heathen so they could have a place with the society. And it's the same shit right now. Due to how men are teaching and how they're coming with this truth, a lot of men have sided with Esau to teach some of the doctrine, but to hold back certain things. Therefore, when you hold back Yahawashi and you teach all this other shit, like you a motherfucking newscaster, then the thing about it is, you're not having men walking in the ways of Yahawashi. A lot of men are teaching these things so they can get men scared of the things that's coming, not actually freeing their mind to the spirit of Yahawashi, because that's what the Lord actually did. When the Lord talks about the parable of men building their shit on fucking sand, that's what men are doing, not actually bringing Yahawashi into the primary of it, because that should be the primary. Because what the Lord spake, he spoke those things where you could actually see what's going on. But as you get deeper and deeper into this truth, you really get to see that guys don't want you to really see, as they're fucking blind themselves. So we're dealing with a generation of very wicked and evil men, which we are in the times of Matthew 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. And it's very beautiful times that we're going in if you're actually a true seer. You see, and the true seers, they were hated. They were no fucking newscasters. And they wasn't loved by the world. So a lot of men have lost Yahawashi and they've actually gained the world. And that's what's happened. That's what's happened. And the thing about it is, men are so in a reprobate mind state, they don't even know that Yahawashi is not there. Men don't go into the Lord. They go into all these other things because the Lord told men not to sit on high seats and get proud. But we see a bunch of men are proud. And the thing about it is, the Lord, he took the low. That's why he said that he was meek and lowly. That's what the Lord said. And he came in riding on a donkey, which symbolizes the low. And the scribes and the Pharisees, they were always offended at this man. So the thing about it is, if you're not really building a foundation on Yahawashi, which it was supposed to be that way, because Matthew 24 tells you that it's going to be many deceivers. And there's going to be many men in these last days that's going to deceive many. And the false prophets, it was going to be many. And the Antichrist is going to be many. And many men was going to come in the Lord's name. Like, many men are teaching his word, but they're teaching it without the Lord. So Yahawashi, he gave us an ultimate vision on how to discern the real from the fakes from the phony. And that's what we're in these times. We're in a place where if you have Yahawashi, you'll be able to see. But if you don't have the Lord, you won't be able to see nothing but this fucking world. See, men are not really into Yahawashi. They're into this world. And so therefore, they're scared of what this world can do. You see? From the vaccines to all these things that's coming on the earth. And another thing, men think that the Lord is just going to overlook their deceitful asses, man. So a lot of guys, they want the famine of the word to come, which a lot of you, you're not in the spirit. You understand that we are in the famine of the word. Because a lot of guys that's teaching this word, they are very deceitful. And the Lord's not dealing with their ass. Yahawashi's not there. A bunch of fucking newscasters. That's what a lot of you fucking guys are. Matthew chapter 7, verse 22. And many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name have we cast out devils? In thy name done many wonderful works? And the Lord's going to say this to you motherfuckers out there. Because a lot of guys really think that the Lord don't see the deceit and the betrayal and the backbiting that men are. Men betray the Lord where they don't actually put the Lord first. You hear more shit about Vocab Malone and these dead ass Christians because a lot of guys don't actually have Yahawashi. They have these smooth ass personalities that come out to give you this smooth ass bullshit like a fucking newscaster. And the Lord didn't move like a fucking newscaster. The Lord was a austere man. And the wicked scribes and the Pharisees knew that he was in a respect of persons like a lot of you groups and you camps are. See, a lot of you fucking camps and you groups been infiltrated by Satan and you have a plague of darkness on your ass. Therefore, Yahawashi is on the back burner and your ass is teaching his word deceitfully. And the overwhelming amount of people that follow you fucking guys, you're going to get yourself and their ass destroyed. But it was put together that way. Matthew chapter 7, verse 23. Then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye workers of iniquity. Because the thing is, this book is written of the Lord. So the thing about this book, what the Lord actually taught, was actually faith. He taught faith. Not what Esau can do. Not all these things that's coming to fucking get you scared of Esau, but to build your fucking faith so you can actually depend on the Lord and know that the Lord will deliver you in these times. Yahawashi taught faith. He said, hey, because you believe me, these things will happen for you. But because guys don't have Yahawashi, they're a bunch of fucking, they didn't took this truth and got the fame, therefore you don't have the Lord. So therefore you're just warning like the 5 o'clock news that comes on, it tells you it's going to rain. And then the thing about it is, that's how you're teaching this thing. But when the Lord already told you to build your house on a stone, Matthew chapter 7, verse 24. Therefore, whosoever shall hold these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man which built his house upon a rock. Right? So you build everything on Yahawashi and that rock. Because when you actually fucking do that, you show that you actually believe on the Lord. So therefore, if you believe on the Lord, you will always mention the Lord and you will always speak of the Lord. So a lot of guys don't believe in the Lord. They don't really speak of the Lord, and they bring their own fucking thing. Like 2 Peter, the 2nd chapter, it tells you that a lot of men, they bring their own heresies. That means they do their own thing. And they do this thing to be seen of men. They use the words Lord, not for the Lord, but for themselves. And it says, verse 25, and the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock. So when all these things come, all these things that's coming, the hard times, the Jacob trouble and all that, if you're not founded upon Yahawashi, that rock, then the thing about it is you should have been taking that time to prepare yourself and investing yourself in that rock and moving like the way of the Lord, mentioning the Lord, you see? And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not shall be likened unto a foolish man which built his house upon the sand. And when the rain descended and the floods came in and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it. You see, great is going to be the fall of a lot of you fucking guys, which is actually beautiful because guys are not building themselves on what Yahawashi said. Men have became famous. They have became exalted. And the thing about it, the Lord's not preached like that. Like I say, you'll hear about vocab Malone more than you'll actually hear about the parables that the Lord actually spake. But that's when we recognize that a lot of guys, they don't have the Lord. You see, because they traded the Lord off for a little temporary clout and fame. And what did Moses do in Hebrews chapter 11? He was willing to suffer with his people. A lot of you guys take the easy fucking road because you know walking down that road of Yahawashi, that's the path of most resistance. And a lot of you guys are not disciples of the Lord. You're disciples of this fucking world. Matthew chapter 13 and 27. So the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst thou sow good seed in thy field? Whence? It says, from whence then have it tares? And the tares are the wicked ones, you see, and the wheat are the righteous, but they both look the fucking same. Just like in these last days, men may have the beards, they may have big ass audiences, but the majority of fucking men, they're a bunch of damn tares. You see, they're actually against the Lord, and they're actually just using the Lord's word for their own fucking fame. And the thing about it is, going back to the first Maccabees, when our people took up, they was able to be paid off like they're able to be paid off today, and they made covenants with the heathen. The heathen would pay their ass off to teach the people like he did in slavery, like these guys are doing in the world. You know, men are doing it in the truth, to teach the word in a deceitful manner, where you're teaching information that's accurate, but at the same time you're withholding certain shit. And the certain things that men are withholding is Yahawashi and the vision that he fucking brought. Because a lot of you guys are not of the Lord. You see, the majority of men that follow you and the women, you're gonna get their ass destroyed because you're in a deceitful mind frame. Now it says, verse 28, and he said unto him, Matthew 13 and 28, and he said unto them, an enemy have done this. The servant said unto him, without then that we go to gather them? But he said, nay, lest ye gather up the tares, and ye root up also the wheat with them. Let both grow together until the harvest. So we're in the time of the harvest. And the time, it says, I will say to the reapers, gather ye first the tares and bind them in the bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. And that's what's happening. The tares are going to be burnt up, and then there's a lot more tares. It's a lot more fucking tares, and that's what we're at in this time. So the thing about it is, Yahawashi is going to get you through these times. Having your house built on that rock. And a lot of men are building their house on the sand, therefore they're going to lead a lot of men to destruction. Because a lot of men warn of the things to come, but they're not specifically showing you that if you walk in the ways of Yahawashi, that these things won't matter. The wind will come, and like the scriptures say, the floods will come, but you won't be budged because you're built on that rock. A lot of men are not building men up on Yahawashi, they're building men up of fear of men. Matthew chapter 13 verse 31, and another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is like a grain of a mustard seed, which a man tooketh and soweth in his field, which indeed is the least of all seeds, but when it is grown, it is the greatest among herbs. And when it becometh a tree, so the birds that the birds of the air can come and lodge thereof. That's right, because the faith in you supposed to water it, and it's supposed to grow. And that's the thing about this truth. Once your faith and that spirit in you grows, it'll grow big. It'll be a big ass tree. It'll be large. Like the spirit in you will be like the Hulk. And these guys that's deceitful, their spirit is like Pee Wee fucking Herman. You see, on the outside it looks good, but in the inside it's all frail. And that's what the Lord was talking about in Matthew 23. Everything they do is to be seen, but the things of the Lord are hidden. Verse 33, in another parable he spake unto them, and the kingdom of heaven is like unto leaven, which a woman took and hid 3 measures of a meal, and took it the whole. It says, and hidden 3 measures of the meal till the whole was leavened. And all these spake until the multitude, the parables without a parable. He spake not unto them. Because the thing about it is, when the Lord spoke, it wasn't for every fucking body anyway. So that's how the Lord actually came. Because he wasn't trying to gather 1,000 subscribers. Or he wasn't trying to just be famous and look like he's so deep with knowledge and be a fucking newscaster. Now it says, verse 35, that it may be fulfilled which has been spoken by the prophet, saying, I will open my mouth in parables, and I will utter things which have been kept secret from the foundation of the world. That's right, and that's what the Lord is doing. The Lord is uttering, is speaking in a certain way. Only the few are going to be able to speak. And that's how this truth is. It's not for the majority. It's not for all your fucking subscribers. It's for the few. It's for the believers. You see? That's why a lot of men are teaching deceitfully. Because the thing about it is, like Matthew 23 said, they shut up the kingdom of heaven from men, and their crooked ass can't even go in themselves. So that's why the fuck they're doing it. And that's why they're teaching that fucking way. Teaching about shit that don't fucking matter. You see? And all that matters is if you're walking in the spirit of the Lord and Yahawashi in these last days, because that's what's going to deliver you. You see? Not men and their philosophies, but the ways of the Lord. You see? Now going back to Matthew chapter 13, verse 36. Then Yahawashi sent the multitude away and went into the house, and his disciples came unto him, saying, Declare unto us the parables of the tares in the field. Yahawashi said unto them, He that soweth the good seed is the Son of Man. So what's sowing the good seed? Teaching this truth like the Lord did. Not being in the respect of persons. Not putting yourself up on high seats, but teaching the Lord's word with strength, without the motive of trying to be famous with this fucking world. You see, not being a fucking newscaster, but actually seeing this thing like the Lord did with the eyes to see, to be the true seers of the Lord, to raise up the elect and the few, to cut down the wicked. Now that is what the good seed is going to do. Now he said, and he answered unto them, he said, He that soweth good seed is the Son of Man. So that's where the Lord is when you're doing those things. It says, the field is the world, the good seed are the children of the kingdom, but the tares are the children of the wicked one. And not just Esau, our people are the wicked one. Because when you go to John the 10th chapter, that was talking to our people. When you go to 2 Peter's the 2nd chapter, that's talking about our people. When you go to Jeremiah 23, that's talking about our people. You see? And the other nations were only brought on us because our people was going off. You see? So that's why we're getting close to the time where the Lord is going to bring the other nations on the wicked of our people in this time, because they take the word, especially you deceitful motherfuckers with this word. The Lord is going to allow Esau to destroy your ass, and a lot of you think you're going to escape. And you know, that's why like guys say, hey, well, you know, it's going to be the famine of the word. It's going to be this, and this, you know, it's getting time. It's this. It's getting time for that. A lot of you talk like you're fucking worried, because you should be worried, because you've been doing the work of the Lord deceitfully. Now, verse 38, the field is the world. He says, the good seed are the children of the kingdom, but the tares are the wicked, are the children of the wicked one. The enemy soweth them, is the devil. The harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels. As therefore the tares are gathered and burnt in the fire, so shall it be at the end of the world. The Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather. It says, and they shall gather out of the kingdom all things that offend and which do iniquity, and shall cast them to the furnace of the fire, and there shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. You see that? So we're in the end of the world, and what the Lord is doing, he is gathering everybody that's wicked. He's gathering their ass together. And the ones that's righteous, he's taking the righteous and he's putting them together in his barn. And he's going to burn the wicked up. He's gathering their ass right now as we speak. Right now as we speak. So Yahawashi is actually the key. So woe to you deceitful men out there. You see? Woe to you deceitful men. Yahawashi is the key. Verse 43. Then shall the righteous shine forth as the sun in the kingdom of their Father. Who have ears, let him hear. And the righteous are going to shine forth. Remember, the things of the Lord are actually hidden. Verse 44. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto treasure hid in a field. You see that? It's not out there for everybody. It's not famous amongst everybody. It's not out there for everybody to gravitate to. We already in the famine of the word for you carnal motherfuckers out there. Because the treasure of the Lord is actually being hidden. Only to a few men. The majority of you fucking deceitful clowns out there, the Lord got you teaching deceitfully so you can gather the rest of the tares. So they all can be burnt up. You all can be burnt up together. Now it says, the which when a man have found, he hideth, and for joy thereof goeth and selleth all that he hath, and buyeth the field. You see that? So the kingdom of heaven is like a treasure hid. And this is a hidden treasure. Let me grab one scripture, man. See, that's the thing about this truth. It's not out there for everybody. That's why Yahawashi ain't spoke or taught like that. Because a lot of men are very fucking deceitful in these last days. And they don't have Yahawashi. Therefore, if you have something, you'll be using it. It's like if you had talent to be a basketball player, you'll be a fucking basketball player. So if you don't have Yahawashi in you, then you don't have Yahawashi. That's what we had in these last time. We're in the last time.
Peasant out, Pluto. Peasant out, Pluto.
Yeah, but with that, man, the kingdom of heaven is being hid. You see? It's a treasure that's not even out there. And death to the wicked. Hey, Shalom.